Hey guys, so there we go. We've got old sheath here. I think we can get rid of that, and new sheath here. So yeah, looking pretty good. Aside from the fact that we don't have any way to suspend this off of anything, so that's what I'm going to have a look at now. There are many options I've got here. I mean, one thing I have thought about is just weaving paracord in between these rivets so that you could make a way of hanging this off of anything you want to, and that's a cheap, easy thing to do, I suppose. But I thought I'd go a little bit more in depth than that, and I came up with a couple of different options. One option is this nylon cordage. Nylon straps, you know, like that. I was thinking about maybe using that across here, and then I had a little bit of a look around at other bits and bobs I've got lying around, and I found this. This is kind of like an old leather belt that I've got that's broken, and was going to throw it away, but luckily I didn't. So you see, look, it used to be folded over there, and it's kind of like, you know, it started to perish at the end there. Buckle came off. Put the buckle on a different belt, but I kept the belt. It's not a particularly high quality belt, this, but I think it'll do the job. So so let's maybe have a look at using this. So first things first, let's put something on the table. I'm gonna cut this ugly looking section off of here, and then my plan is to have loops that go horizontally for the kind of scout style carry, so that you can have it horizontally mounted on a mounting system, or the other thing I'll do as well is put a loop vertical as well, so that it can be hung vertical, just like a traditional sheath, I guess. So so let's start getting the wheels in motion on that. I've got various bits and bobs around here, but what I really need is something to clean up this belt with, and I shall use the trusty Bird Cara 2. This thing is crazy sharp. So, in fact, it would be nice to have some kind of surface that we could use as a straight edge to cut, so let's go with this. And then oh, I think this material is going to be excellent for making a suspension system, because the sheer awesome sharpness of the Cara 2, oops, is not making a great deal of impact on it. Let's have a look. Oh well, I say that, look. Ta-da! Let's see if I can get another cut in on that. There we go. We can get rid of that. Let's see if we can clean this up a little bit. Yeah, just make sure the ends aren't frayed there. There we go. So that's a pretty nice cut on there. Cleaned that off. So now my plan is to have one loop that's going to go around on this side, like this. There we go. So that way, and I'll suspend it through there, and then I'm going to probably have another loop on here. Yeah, that seems reasonable. So, and I need to make sure I leave myself enough space to obviously get another belt through there and things, so so that's cool. Yeah, okay. Let's say, I don't know how much is an appropriate amount to leave, so let's say if I cut this, so you want, the trick is you want it to be tight enough that Yeah, let's have it tight enough that it doesn't come undone, but has some pliability in it. Yeah, it should be okay, I think, if we were to do that. Okay. So, let's give it that kind of length. That would mean we're chopping here. Let's give that a go. This is probably an ace way to dull your knife, is to constantly try and cut through leather like this, but there we go. With some kind of synthetic leather anyway. There we go, like that. This is the way to do it. You let it open up a little bit. Let's see how we're doing with that. Maybe I can do this by hand. There we go. You just get the groove cut into it, and then once the groove's there, you don't need anything to right yourself with anymore. There we go. So there we go. That we've got a. Whoa, let's not drop that. Yep, we've got a fairly decent edge on there. See if the camera can zoom in on that. Yeah, that seems okay. And the same at the other side as well. Right, so we're in progress. We're doing well. So that would give us our one strap that we want over here, and then I probably want another one across these 2 points here. Let's see, there and there, because that seems a suitable distance apart, doesn't it? There we go, in that kind of space. So let's keep that one for later and put that over there. Let's see how much we need to go around between here and here. Give it a little bit of give in it. Yeah, that looks fairly reasonable, doesn't it? Okay, let's do that. Put that back over there. Go, break it open a little bit. There we go. Check the edges are okay. Oh, lovely. Right. So there we go. Not too bad. And then we've still got one big quantity of leather here that we'll do the main big loop with. So, right, let's get this cara out of the way because it's razor sharp. I don't want that coming in and causing trouble. Get that sorted. Yeah. Let's be kind of clever. Keep that section on there like that. There we go. So, do we go a little bit that way? There we go. So I've got a hole there now. Let's mark that in some way. Let's use a little screwdriver here, see if I can just use that to generate a little bit of an indent here. Yep, nice one. So, got a clear indent there. In fact, actually, I wonder if I can use this screwdriver just to... Oh, well, the hole's obvious, I can see it there. Let's use a proper hole punch. Luckily I've got a new hole punch kicking around. Remove it from the plastic wrapping. You can always improve the size of the hole. Much like having a haircut, you can always cut more hair off, but once you've cut too much, then you're in trouble. Right. There we go. Hear that? The click. There we go. Hopefully that's our hole sorted out there. Yeah, let's do it on the other side as well. There's a little bit of excess on the other side. There we go. Sorry, I'm doing. Make sure I'm in shot. There we go. Hold like that. So then let's fold this over. Once I've folded it over, I'm going to put the screwdriver through here, mark the other side. Just like that, so I can see where I'm aiming for. There we go. Put the hole punch on that. There we go. There we go. Oh, that was a pretty good cut. Much better than the last one. Yeah. There we go. Right. Let's just make sure we're all looking good. You can see that there. Okay, so the plan was to have it come over this way. So I have some Tech-Lock screws here. Let's use those for going through. Let me just see. These Tech-Lock screws are actually quite big. Here we go. So a big kind of screw on that side, and this one on that side screws in here like that. I also have a rubber spacer that goes with them too, that we could use as well if we need to. So let's see if that gives us any more purchase on this situation. So let's see. Well, one thing we could do with doing first is kind of measuring the gap. Let's just see. Oh yeah, I think we'll be okay with the Tech-Lock screws. I think they'll be fine. Right, we're going to have to increase the bore of these holes in here, I think, because the one that we've already generated is not big enough for this Tech-Lock nut. So let's get that sorted out. This looks more like it. Okay. Let's grab that guy. It's a little bit smaller. Okay. Okay. Right. Let's see if we can just increase the hole size on here again. There we go. Like that. Okay, now we've got a much bigger hole there and there. Let's try again on this side. There we go. Sorry, that's fine. Click. Right. There we go. So now let's take the Tech-Lock screws and see how we get on. So let's see if I can get in a bit closer to the camera when I do this. So we want to figure what we want to have on the outside. So let's put the rivet on the outside. Let's see if I can. There we go. There's the rivet through, the rivet side. screw side through. We need a Phillips screwdriver. Let's use the trusty Swiss Army Heiko. It has a Phillips screwdriver on it. Let's see if we can get this to work. So we want one side to go through here like that, the other side to come on here like that, and then we want to see if we can tighten like this. I can feel that tightening up. And in actual fact, if you see that, so that's actually a pretty good, that's a good fit. That's excellent, right? So there we have the first strap on there. Let's make sure that that screw is tight in here. What you don't want is you don't want this thing just dropping off one day when you're in the middle of the wilderness. There we go. It's pretty flush tight now. Okay, excellent. Right, on to the next one, which we're going to put here in the same position. So we're going to need another Tech Lock screw on there, and we're going to need to hole punch in here. So let's just make sure any of those bits of excess are gone now. So let's get rid of making quite a mess on this table. I'm sure that'll irritate the wife. Right, so let's make these hole punches on here as well. So what we're going to want to do now is get this level on there, that level on there like that. Okay, yeah, that seems good. So let's use that screwdriver we had and sharpen one of the two in the centre. Make a mark on here. There we go. There we go, nice mark on there. Hole punch in position. There we go. Just give it a bit of a wiggle. Oh, nice. Ta-da! Right. Make sure that that's equal in length on this side. Where's that screwdriver? That one, this one. Mark the other side. That side marked. Give it a wiggle. I've got some excess on here. Not the nicest cut. Let's try again. There we go, that's better. Okay, second Tech Lock screw. Screw it. We're not going to need the spacer as we've just worked out. Put that back in there. So, I want this to come over here. Want this one through this side. In fact, actually, let's have a quick look which is the neater side. I think that side looks neater actually. Let's put that one on the front facing. There we go. Just pushed one side through. That's the front facing rivet side. Put that through the loop here in the rivet point, and then around here, put the other screw through here, get them both in alignment. There we go. And then we will use the trusty Victorinox. Go. So there we have it, capable of horizontal carry now, so that should easily be able to go on a belt so that you could put it horizontally. I could even move these along into different positions if I wanted to, but so that's horizontal carry sorted, but it's not vertical carry sorted out yet, so we need vertical carry as well. And I'm going to do that by using one of the points down here and run the belt line through here, and then we'll have it worked out for vertical carry as well. So let's get these bits and bobs out of the way. Let's see whether we can do this. And I think the answer will be yes. So one of the things that I've got a bit of a problem with is that the belt has already been, you know, used before, and I'd rather get rid of this kind of like section where it's been used as a belt and see if I can just keep this nice kind of clean section, because if you'll notice, like obviously I was using it on the tightest setting, and it's got a bit worn there at that hull, so I'd sooner get rid of that altogether. But at the moment I'm not playing with a great deal of space here, so probably wonder if I can probably want to cut this exactly where that previous hull was, and then I think what I can do is I can probably just loop it through like that and then have it hang like that. Right guys, so there's the finished product. I've tinkered with it a little bit in a few places. So as I was saying before, I have redone the leather belt on the back there, so that I've got the vertical one there. So there we go. So that's no bother. And on the other side, I had this old kind of like neoprene holster, I guess, that you were meant to put like an iPhone in, that you can put around your arm for when you're running, you know. So so I found that in a shop and just grabbed it because it perfectly fits the size of an Altoids tin in there. So so that's quite useful just to have on there. And inside of the Altoids tin, I've got myself a lighter with some with a Ranger band around the outside of it, and I've also got myself a fire steel as well, and striker. So I've got that in there too. So that all fits in there quite nicely. And we've got some cord as well for the fire steel if I ever wanted to take it out of here and cord it back together again. And that all fits nicely in that Altoids tin, fire kit tin, and then that also nicely fits on here. And I've just lashed that through this strap on the other side as well. So there you go. And just another thing to say, I suppose, is if you look as well, the way this has worked out has been brilliant, because the Kydex moulding and this quillion here on the actual knife enables you to just put your hand in there and then pressure it out, which is quite nice to break the retention to take it out, and then the knife just goes straight back in here and locks into place like that. So yeah, that's it. Thanks very much for watching this, sticking with it to the end. Cheers very much. Bye bye.